press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, so today we shall commence the new chapter quadrilaterals. This is your 8th chapter in your syllabus. So today I will teach you this chapter from today. Now before we understand what is a quadrilateral, let us recall some of our knowledge. So what is a polygon? So poly means many, gon means side. So we say if many sides are put together, so you can observe these figures. These are line segments, so they are put together. So similarly, if I write another line segment like this, so you can see these are line segments. So if I name this is A, B, C, D, E, say F, and this is say P, Q, R, S, T and U. Polygon is, gon means side or a line segment. Polygon means many line segments put together. This is figure 1, figure 1, figure 2. You can observe. So these are called polygons. Actually in polygons there are two types. It may be open as shown in the figure. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 line segments are put together, but the starting and end have not joined here. If you take up another figure, let us say figure 3, suppose if I have 3 lines joined together, here we have, this is say A, B, C. So this is figure 4. The difference here in figure 4, the starting point and the end point, they joined together. So this is a closed figure, closed figure. We call it as a closed polygon, closed polygon. A polygon may be open or it may be closed. So this is the meaning. A polygon may have any number of sides. It may have 3, it may have 4 sides. See, it may have 4 sides like this. Suppose this is M, N, O, P. So it may have 5 sides, it may have 6 sides. So the difference between 1 and 2 and this is 3 and 4. See, these two are open polygons and these two are closed polygons. So this is the main difference between open and closed polygon. Now based on the number of sides, see, for a polygon to be closed, a minimum of 3 lines are required. So we call it as a triangle, as you are all well aware of that. A minimum 3 lines are required to form a closed polygon. Suppose if we have 4 sides and 4 vertices. So 4 sides, this is a 4 side closed polygon. We call it as a quadrilateral. Suppose if we have 5 sides, we call it as a pentagon. If you have 6 sides, we call it as a hexagon. If you have 7 sides, we call it as a heptagon. If you have 8 sides, we call it as a octagon. So depending on number of sides in a closed polygon, different names are assigned. So the polygons can be classified as regular or irregular. So regarding this, I will give you an idea. Suppose you can see here, this is a triangle. We don't know the length. See here, the length may be say 4, this is 5 and this is 7. Let us say, as you can observe here, the MN, NO, OP and TN are having different lengths. Suppose if we have a triangle of say equal length, say 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter, say this is PQR, let us say PQR, or if you take up a square with 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, this is PQRS, let us say PQRS. See, the difference here is irregular figure is one, irregular polygon is one, which have all sides different length and all angles will be different. When the sides are different, the angles will also be different. So you have studied that in inequality. So here in 5 and 6, this is 5, this is 6. In 5 and 6, you will observe the all sides of the triangle shown in figure 5 are having 6, 6 and 6 units length, and in figure 6, square is having 5, 5, 5, 5 centimeters, and angles are also equal. All angles are 90 degree here. Here automatically they will be 60 degree each. The angles will be equal and the sides will be equal. If the angles and sides in a polygon, if they are equal, we call it as a regular polygon. If the lines and angles, length of lines and angles values are different in a polygon, it is called as a irregular polygon. So irregular polygon, regular polygon. So I will give you certain points up to this. Afterwards I will explain you what is a convex polygon and a concave polygon. So with these figures, so I will give some short points. Definition of a polygon. First one, definition of a polygon. Polygon, you can write polygon. Polygon, a simple definition: several straight lines put together So this is the definition of a polygon, a simple definition. Several straight lines put together. So under that we have classification. It may be open or closed. So I will write a polygon. A polygon may be open or closed. Open or closed. So then what is open? See, when the line segments beginning and end do not meet each other, so we call it as a open polygon. So open polygon. So open polygon. Open polygon. So open polygon is one. The line segments do not connect at the beginning and end. Beginning and end. So such polygons are called as open polygons. Example figure 1 and 2. Example figure 1 and 2. Figure 1 and 2. I will continue here. Now, a closed polygon. Closed polygon. Closed polygon. Dear students, you have to acquaint with all these terminology, new words which appear in any chapter. So then only you will be able to understand the problems in that respective chapter. Therefore, keenly understand each and every terms, new words and their meaning, so which you come across in the new chapters. So you have to remember the earlier what you have learned in lines and angles, and then under triangles. So those knowledge will be helpful in solving the problems of quadrilateral also. So closed polygon, the line segments do connect at the beginning and end. So example figure, see these are closed polygon 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So figure 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the examples. You can write a triangle, a pentagon, a hexagon. So they are all a trapezoid. So they are all examples of closed polygon. So now I will erase this. There is a space problem for me. See some key points about polygons. A closed polygon, a closed polygon, a closed polygon is a two-dimensional. See, we have length and breadth, two-dimensional. Two-dimensional figure, closed figure. Closed figure. More important thing is entirely made of straight line segments. This is more important. Straight line segments. The curved lines cannot be there in a polygon. That intersect at their end points. So many line segments intersect each other to form a polygon. If three lines intersect and they form a polygon, we call it as a triangle. If four lines intersect and form a polygon, we call it as a quadrilateral, and so on. So the meaning of this straight line segments means, suppose if we have a, say, ice cream cone type structure, let us say, these two are straight line segments, but we have a arc here. This is not a polygon. This is not a polygon. So because it is having a curved line on one side. So whereas say this is a polygon. So fully made of straight lines. So second point, polygons can have any number of straight line segments. So obviously no curved lines can be a part of a polygon. So the line segments. So these are line segments. These are called the sides of the polygon. these line segments are called sides. So these are called sides, and the intersection points are called as vertices. And the intersection points and their intersection points are called vertices. So you are aware of these wordings. Vertices are in a triangle, we have 3 vertices, 3 sides and 3 angles. So now this is about polygon in general. Now we have one important note. A circle is not a polygon So you know the reason polygon, because it does not contain straight line segments. So remember, circle is not a polygon. So for that matter, any figure which is having a curved side is not a polygon. So now names of polygons based on number of sides. So number of sides, name of the polygon, So we can have a small table. So as you know, if you have 3 sides, it is a triangle. If you have 4 sides, we call it as a quadrilateral. Sometimes it is also called as quadrangle. So in general it is quadrilateral. pentagon. So 5 pentagon. Gon means side, penta means 5. 5 sides. So 6 sides, hexagon. 7 heptagon. Heptagon. 8 octagon. 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 9, I will write here, 9 sides, nonagon. 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 10 sides, decagon. Decagon. 20 sides, dodecagon. Dodecagon. 100 sides, hectagon. Hectagon. So similarly, if you have a polygon with n sides, n number of sides, n sides, we call it as a n, you can write like this, n-gon. It is a n-gon. This is general way of telling. Number of sides, number of polygons. Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, decagon, dodecagon with 20 sides, 100 sides, hectagon. Now n sides, if you have n sides, we call it as a n-gon. So now classification of polygons based on length of sides and based on length of sides and size of angles. See, here we come across mainly 4 category. So regular polygon. First I will write irregular, irregular polygon, regular polygon, so convex polygon, concave polygon. Now, so these are basics you have to understand. So that is why I am explaining this to you. So irregular polygon is one which is having all lengths or of different size. So these are simple things you will understand. Irregular polygon, you take simple definition. Irregular polygon, first one, irregular polygon. So the key words I will give you. All sides and interior angles are of different measure. So it may be a triangle, it may be a quadrilateral, it may be a pentagon. If you have different side lengths, say, so take a triangle of this kind. So this is a triangle, this is 3, this is 5, say this is 8. We have ABC triangle with different side lengths, automatically the angle will be different length. Irregular, this is a irregular polygon. So I will give you an example of a quadrilateral, irregular quadrilateral. So let us say a figure of this kind. So at the outlook we can see it is having different lengths and different angle size. So therefore this is irregular quadrilateral. So you may have a pentagon of this kind. This is a 5-sided figure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a pentagon, but the sides are different length. Then the angle will also be different. So all sides and interior angles are different measure. So figures of this kind, so they are called as irregular polygon. Now, regular polygon. Regular polygon. Just reverse of this, all sides and interior angles, all sides and interior angles. Of a polygon are equal. Of a polygon are equal. So we can give an example, an equilateral triangle where all three sides are equal, all three angles are equal is a regular polygon. So an equilateral triangle, example equilateral triangle. So you can write a small diagram also with say 6 centimeter side length. Second example, give a square. So where all sides and angles are equal. A square will have 90 degree all angles. So this is 90 degree. Say 8, 8, 8, 8. So likewise, you can give regular figures. A regular pentagon. A regular pentagon is also a regular figure. So pentagon. Of course, a regular pentagon. A regular pentagon. So it will be like this. They all will be equal in length. So this is a pentagon. So all sides are equal and we have a pentagon here. A, B, C, D, E is a pentagon where all sides are equal. So this is a regular pentagon. Now we shall understand what is a convex figure and a concave figure. Now observe here, suppose if we have a figure like this. So this is a pentagon with different, maybe a irregular pentagon with different side lengths. So now you observe another figure. So wherein we have this kind of arrangement. So now you keenly observe these two. I will call this as A, B, C, D, E. So P, Q, R, S, T. See, in these two figures, this is also a five-sided closed figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides. So both are five-sided closed figures. So difference here is, you can observe in this case the interior angle PTS, this angle is more than 180 degree. The vertex is pointing towards inside of the figure. So here you observe all these vertex A, vertex E, vertex D, vertex C, vertex B, they are pointing towards outside of the figure. So this is the inner region, this is the exterior region, and this is the boundary region. If the vertex is pointing towards the inner region, just like this, and any interior angle in a figure is more than 180 degree, we call such figures as, so this is a convex figure, convex, and this is concave. So this is difference between convex and concave. So one more important thing you have to observe here, if you join any vertex with the opposite sides, let us say CE, if I join here, the CE line that is diagonal and AC line You can see here, these are entirely inside the diagram, in the interior region of the closed diagram. Whereas in this case, if I join P and S, the line joining two vertex lies outside the exterior region of the diagram. Exterior region of the diagram. This is the basic difference between a convex closed figure and a concave closed figure. So, more important technical point you have to remember is, if any interior angle of, so this is more than 180 degree. So, if any interior angle in a closed polygon is more than 180 degree, then that figure is a concave figure. Concave figure. And this is a convex figure, or we call it as a convex polygon, a concave polygon. Convex polygon, concave polygon, concave polygon. So, this is the basic difference. Convex polygon. So, have one or two points about convex polygon. Convex polygon. Convex polygon. All the interior angles, you can see angle B, angle C, angle D, angle E, angle A. All the interior angles, all the interior angles of a polygon are strictly less than 180 degree. This is a very, very important point. So, all the angles should be less than 180 degree, then we call it as a convex polygon. The vertices A, B, C, D, the vertices always point towards the exterior region. So, in a figure, in a closed figure, so in any closed figure, we have this is interior region, this is exterior region, and this is the boundary region. So, therefore, here the vertices points towards the exterior region. You can write that point, the vertices points towards exterior region. And third point you can remember, if you draw any diagonal, the entire length of diagonals, you can not only from C, if you from D to B, if you draw two diagonals, you can draw from E to C you are drawn, from E to B also you can draw. Any diagonal you are drawn is well within the entire length of the diagonals is well within the interior region. The diagonals drawn are within the interior region. of closed polygon. Closed polygon. So these are the 3 points. All angles less than 180 degree. The vertex always points towards the exterior region, and the diagonals are always fit within the interior region. Now I will give you points about concave polygon. Concave polygon. So one or more interior angles of a polygon are more than 180 degree. So there may be one angle likewise, or in a bigger polygon you may have more than one angle with interior angle more than 180 degree. Now second, the vertex points towards interior region. The vertex points towards interior region of the polygon. Now when you draw diagonal, some of the diagonals are a part of a diagonal. Maybe sometimes entirely it may not be like this. So I will give you an example. Suppose if I have a figure like this. You can observe this. If I draw from this point to this point, so it is fitting exterior area. Suppose from this point to this point, if I draw a partly inside, partly outside. So such figures also, they are concave polygons. So I will give you a big figure here. See, this is a diagonal and this is another diagonal. See, you can observe here, this is exterior area. If we call this as A, B, C, D, E, F. So here the diagonal BC. So this is the vertex. The original diagram is B. Sorry, this is C and this is D. This is D. Now you can understand. So BD diagonal is totally in the exterior region. AD diagonal is partly inside and partly outside the that is partly in the interior region, partly in the exterior region. So, the diagonals drawn sometimes will be completely or partly in the fall in the exterior region. So not all the diagonals. If you draw AE, it will be totally inside. If you draw CF, it is totally inside. You can add here the diagonals drawn. Sum of the diagonals, you can say. Sum of the diagonals drawn will be completely or partly in the exterior region. So this is the main difference between a concave polygon and convex polygon. So this is some basics which was needed to commence the quadrilateral chapter that I have explained to you. I hope all the students are understanding it. So in the next class I will take up quadrilateral and types of quadrilateral and different types of parallelograms. So in your syllabus, mainly under quadrilaterals, parallelogram and its types are in detail you have to study in your syllabus. So this is some basics which was needed. I have given it to you. So thank you all.